What is happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. On this segment, we're going to talk about Aljamain Sterling versus Henry Cejudo. I think that's a great fight. I just woke up not so long ago. Admittedly, you can see I got my coffee here. Totally bumming out. I'm on vacation, Thanksgiving vacation. By the way, I hope your Thanksgiving was awesome if you guys celebrate. Let's get into this fight real quick. All right, so Henry Cejudo has been out of the game for a bit. At least fighting wise, he's been an active presence on social media with the trolling, the king of cringe and all. But as far as like a competitor, I think it's like what, 3 years? And Henry retired gambling that the UFC would basically beg him back. You know, he retired at a fairly young age. I think Henry was like, what, 33? I want to say he was the champ at the time. He retired with the belt. Relinquished it, and like I said, from the outside looking in, it kind of looked like he was gambling. They were gonna ask for him to come back and offer him a suitcase full of money, and it doesn't look like that's the way things played out. We all have to pay the bills. It's been a bit. Cejudo needs a fight. Enter Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain Sterling, very hated for a long time. A lot of people doubted him. I think people are turning around now and coming around to him. At this point, you have to just pretty much accept that he's the champ. You know, he's the champ. There was that controversial way he won the belt in the first fight with V.I.P.N. And I remember watching that fight, and I'm not going to lie. It definitely looked like he was hamming it up. I mean, I know the knee made contact, and I think most of the fans agree with that. Aljo, what did he do? He embraced it, started trolling the mixed martial arts community. You know, he was parading around with the belt. And in some respects, that's the right way to go about it. And in some respects, it's the wrong way. Because let me tell you, man, the hate will follow you. You piss people off long enough, you tease people, you poke the bear. Fans are going to hate you for a long time. And that's exactly what happened. I mean, to this day, people discredit Aljo. They call him a paper champ, which I think that's ludicrous at this point. He's definitely not a paper champ. He's coming to his own. He's proven that he is the champ. He beat V.I.P.N. in the second fight. That should be the end of that debate. So how does he match up with Henry Cejudo? I think pretty well. Like, Aljo's pretty big for the division. He's one of the most physically gifted jack dudes for 135. That dude's shredded, man. Cejudo's a little monster as well. Aljo has a wrestling background. He could wrestle. Is he at the level of Henry Cejudo? I don't think so. Not technical wise. Henry Cejudo is an Olympic gold medalist. There's like levels to everything. But this is a mixed martial arts fight. He doesn't have to be as good as Cejudo in pure wrestling. There's other aspects of the game that Aljo excels at, that he's better than Cejudo in. Namely is submission grappling. Hands down. No doubt about that. BJJ. Not to say that Cejudo's a scrub. He's not. He's an amazing mixed martial artist and fighter. He's very well rounded at this point. But straight BJJ versus BJJ, Aljo. Hands down. There's a couple of facets to the striking. There's like knockout power, and there's technique and overall skill. I mean, technique and overall skill, I'm going to give it to Henry. Pure horsepower and knockout power, this is going to sound crazy to some. I probably would give it to Henry, even though Aljo's bigger. But it's like sometimes the mechanics are not there. Sometimes the power and athleticism doesn't transfer to the striking for whatever reason with certain people. Like, they could hit hard, they could have good technique, but that raw knockout power, Cejudo definitely has it. He looks like he hits very hard. Cardio and conditioning, have I really seen Aljo get tired like that? I mean, I think it's fairly close. I don't think it's going to be like a huge factor. If I had to pick someone, I might lean towards Henry Cejudo, just because he's just a high-level athlete, man. Super high-level, literally Olympic level athlete. He knows how to get in shape. He knows how to compete. So I would lean towards Henry Cejudo with the cardio and conditioning. Fight IQ is close, man. I think Aljo's a very smart fighter. He sticks to a game plan. He knows what he's good at. He's good at smothering guys, pressuring guys. Striking's not really his forte. He talks it up. You know, he says he does have striking. He just really hasn't been able to like use it. And with him is like the path of least resistance. He could dominate most people with the grappling and wrestling and the BJJ. So why bother trying to stand and trade with people like that when you could just grab a hold of them and dominate? It's smart. It's smart. Hopping all over the place a bit. Let me get back on track. So Aljo does have striking skill. It's improving. His forte is wrestling, grappling, BJJ. Who's going to have the advantage on the feet? I'm going to say Henry Cejudo. I think Henry Cejudo's a more competent striker. But here's the thing. Aljo's bigger. He has more reach. At least I think he does. I haven't really checked the stats, but I believe he has more reach. He's obviously bigger. So sometimes that's a little bit of an equalizer. In the straight grappling, it's tough, man. It's tough. In a lot of respects, Henry Cejudo's a bad style matchup for Aljamain Sterling. And in some respects, Aljamain Sterling is a tough fight for Henry Cejudo. The hills that Henry has to climb up, well, the size. Aljamain Sterling's going to be bigger. He might be stronger. Henry Cejudo's a little dynamo. He's a powerhouse. I don't think he's weak by any means, especially for 135. I don't think he's going to be heavily outmuscled, but I probably would lean towards, like logically, will lean towards Aljamain Sterling being stronger. But with the grappling, Henry's solid, man. I mean, this guy's like constantly studying the game. I do believe he is skilled in the overall grappling. Not in straight pure BJJ like Aljo, but I think he can definitely hang on the mat. But if Aljo takes his back, Cejudo's going to be in a lot of trouble. So the path to victory, I believe, for Henry Cejudo is to keep this fight on the feet. And I believe he can. I'm not sure if Aljamain Sterling could take him down and hold him down. That's another thing. Even if you get Henry Cejudo down, a quick flash takedown, can you hold him down? You know, that guy could scramble his ass off. That's just years and years of wrestling, you know, at the highest level. So the advantage should be Henry Cejudo standing, Aljamain Sterling in grappling if he can keep the fight on the floor. When I think about this fight, I see Henry Cejudo keeping it on the feet, being extremely difficult to take down, to hold down. Aljamain Sterling's not going to get him tired, so he's going to be able to keep that up for the entire fight, in my opinion. And then on the feet, I think Henry's going to be more technical. I think Henry's going to be mixing it up. He's going to be throwing low kicks, hard straights, being explosive, moving in and out. Aljamain Sterling kind of has like awkward striking. Not that he's not technical, but I do see him having a hard time touching Henry Cejudo. So I could very easily see Henry Cejudo via decision. Now here's the thing, if Aljamain Sterling is able to get Henry Cejudo down on the mat and hold him there to implement like his strong suit, I think Aljamain Sterling could dominate. And I think we all could just sit there with our jaws dropped watching Henry Cejudo get choked out with a rear naked choke. Very, very possible. It's going to be tough for Aljamain Sterling to get his hands on Henry Cejudo, though. I think Henry Cejudo's quicker. I think he has better footwork. He's more explosive. That coupled with his wrestling pedigree, it's going to be tough. But definitely Aljo should try to get this fight to the mat. I think he's going to struggle on the feet against Cejudo. You never know, though. You never know. This one, I went back and forth with this one. I'm not even going to lie. It's a tough one to pick. I mean, there's so many variables. Here's another one. Cejudo's been out for like 3 years. You know, he's also creeping in on 40. I think he's like 36 now. No, actually, he's 35. But, you know, he's getting there. He needs to come back and start competing because age-wise, you're not going to get better. Everybody's not Mighty Mouse or Yoel Romero, freaks of nature. But definitely ring rust is a factor. He's been out for a little bit. I'm just going to make a pick regardless. It's tough. I go back and forth with this one. I'm going to go Henry Cejudo via decision. That may sound crazy to some people, but I think Henry could keep the fight on the feet, and I do think he's going to have the better of the stand-up. I'm not sure if Aljo could get him down and hold him down. If he can, it's going to be bad for Cejudo. Aljo, when that dude backpacks you, man, he gets that body triangle from behind. He works that rear naked choke. You're screwed. But I'm sticking with my pick. I'm going to go Cejudo via decision. Can he stop Aljo? He got the power, maybe, but I think decision. It's going to be stuffing takedowns, using footwork, not letting Aljo get his hands on him, and popping back up if Aljo does score a takedown, which I think is going to be difficult. And then on the feet, footwork, speed, explosiveness, being more technical than Aljo. I really think he'll get the better of that stand-up. But we will see. Guys, let me know in the comment section who takes this fight and why. I think it's a super close fight. Like, I picked Cejudo via decision, but I mean, it's like 45-55 for me. Would love to read your thoughts, guys. Thanks for watching the segment. Hope you enjoyed it. If this is your first time at the channel and you enjoy the content, consider hitting that subscribe button, like and share to support the channel. That helps the channel grow. Really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Until then, take care. When this one goes down, we'll come back and talk about it as usual. Take care, guys.